let's go back to the Murray River cod issues. The bigger one, the new guy, has been in this tank at slightly lower temperature for about a week, and he doesn't look good. At first he was fine, and now he's breathing heavy, just like the prior one did before he died. He's got some kind of a little bit of fungus on the tips of the dorsal fin. He doesn't eat. I mean, he ate 5 days ago. I mean, he took a big head of a finger mullet yesterday, or whatever, when it was. A little time ago I offered him, yesterday or the day before that, I offered him another head again, but he kind of went towards it and then he didn't take it. I noticed that his appetite is about 1/5 or 1/10 of what it used to be. He lays out in the open, which is very much unlike them. They like to be, I would 100% expected them to be in one of the openings of the cinder block, because that's what he was doing in the other tank. There were a few hides protected from 3 sides, and he always was in one of them, very rarely venturing out. This sort of tells me, like a lot of you said, I'm blaming the temperature, even though this is 83 Fahrenheit right now versus 86 in the prior one. And even though the white sturgeon are handling it more or less okay. I mean, they're eating well, at least, except for one. It looks like eating well, but it still stays thin. The other two are thick. This guy cannot handle the temperature, because I don't have anything other guesses, because there's no other reason for the prior one to have died and for this one to start doing poorly again. Not again, but gradually, very slowly, they started doing poorly, both of them. And then as you remember, the prior guy, the smaller cod, had the appetite, at least an inkling. He was going for the food, and then he wouldn't take it, and then just died out of the blue for no good reason, I'd say. The reason I was dismissing the temperature before is because, first of all, as you know, and I've written everywhere, that the farmer said, this came from a farmer in Taiwan, and the farmer said that they keep these from 54 to 86 Fahrenheit. So we're at 83 Fahrenheit, so we're below the maximum. And another reason why I dismissed the temperature, at least tentatively, is because we raised 2 of these guys over 2 summers to 1.5 feet before, but that was about 7-8 years ago. But they also died in the summer, so maybe, again, the heat killed them, but I don't know why the heat didn't kill them the first and the second summer. Our summers used to be a little cooler. Lately, the summers are getting hotter and hotter, not by much, but even if it's like 2, 3, 4, or even 5 Fahrenheit, I mean, it's noticeable. Maybe they were on the very cusp, on the very of tolerance before. And the prior 2, the ones that from some years ago, they didn't die just out of the blue. They died after several weeks after a microbe lift broad spectrum disease treatment, which is based on formalin primarily, and with a little bit of malachite green. So it does damage the gills a little bit. So they got stressed in addition to whatever, probably in addition to the temperature, the prior pair, 1.5 foot, and that's why they died. I think this is my current frame of thinking. So I have to save this guy. I fired up the chiller again, so we're gonna take him out and put him on the chiller in this tub where the white sturgeon used to be. where I kept white sturgeon, acclimating them from 65 Fahrenheit to 80 or so. Oh, sweetie, don't fight it. Trying to save you. Okay, the water here is a little murky. I don't know why. Nobody lived in this tank for 2 or 3 months or 4 months. I forgot how many. So I need to clean it up a little bit. I was cleaning up the bottom. There was a lot of this black sediment in there for some reason. I don't know why. But this tank should be hospitable. I changed the water after I took out the white sturgeon from here. So we'll check back on him later when the water clears. Well, too little, too late. Second Murray cod is dead. Nine inches. I don't know. Less than a year old. Probably 8 months old or so. Oh well. That's the end of my trying to keep Murray cod. 2 tries, 2 fish each, 4 deaths. I'm done. I don't know what happened. Maybe that black sediment was something bad. Okay, this says 78 degrees Fahrenheit. So we dropped the temperature from 83 to 78, only 5 degrees. It's not that horrible. Shouldn't have been that stressful that you have to die. Unless he was on his last legs anyway. Nice little teeth. The gills are nice and they're not very red, but not too terrible. Anyhow, we're done.